Hi Stampers! Today we're going to be making a card. It's a little bit more intricate, but I think you'll really enjoy making it. It's just a real fun little card, and it's very, very pretty. So what we're going to do is, this is called a pocket card. At least that's what I call it. I'm not really sure if that's the right name, but the reason is because on the inside there is a small little pocket where you could put a little note or a gift certificate or something of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing that we're going to need is a piece of very vanilla cardstock. This has been cut in 10 inches long by 7 inches wide. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and score it down the center here at 5 inches. And then we're going to go ahead and turn the card around and score it again at 2 inches. And we're going to do that the whole length of the card. Okay, so now you have something that looks kind of like this, like a little grid. And very simply, we're going to go ahead and cut out this part of the card. So we're just going to cut out the front part of the card, which this will be the front. I'll go ahead and fold this, and I'll show you. Up to the center score line, up to your first score line. So what you're going to have is something that looks like this. So just that first little part is going to be cut out. So now this will be our actual card. And it's going to be, the finished card is actually measures 5 by 5. So now in order to do the front of the card, first thing we're going to do is we're going to be using Baja Breeze. And we put a little texture on here. I don't know how well you can see that. But we've got something called impression folders that we use with our Big Shot. And this is the polka dot impressions. So we'll go ahead and just kind of go through that to show you how that works. Here's the Big Shot. And it's a big boy, isn't it? And what we're going to do is we're going to use the multi-purpose platform. And of course, the acrylic plates that come with it. So we're going to put the one acrylic plate down. I've already put Baja Breeze paper inside of my little folder here, and it fits perfectly. The size of the Baja Breeze was actually cut 4 1/4 inches square, so you kind of have an idea of the size of that. Then we're going to go ahead and make our sandwich. We're going to go ahead and put our other acrylic plate down, and we're going to run this through the Big Shot, which is very, very simple to do. And what I love about this is you don't need electricity, so that's perfect, because our electricity went out the other day, so we had a bad storm here in Arizona. So let me move this out of the way, and I'll show you what we've got. So inside the little folder, we've made a real pretty little polka dot design. Okay, so that's what that looks like. So the next part we're going to do is we're actually going to take a piece of Pear Pizzazz, which is the color choice that I've taken today. And it's a real pretty light green color. And that will actually be the center part of our card there. And then the top part of the card is going to be another piece of Very Vanilla. And we're going to go ahead and stamp this with the stamp set, which is called Just Believe. And we're going to be using this stamp today. I've actually cut this already, this piece. This is actually about 3 7/8 by 2 1/8 inches wide. But if you want, you can go ahead and stamp it, you know, color it in and do all that, and then cut around it just so that it kind of fits inside of the Pear Pizzazz. But I've went ahead and gone and cut it already. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this. But because we have a couple different colors going on here, we're going to be using our pens to do this. Rather than a stamp pad, because we want to get the blue color, which is actually not quite navy, is the name of the color, and I've also used Old Olive. So we're going to go ahead and use our Stampin' Write markers to color in our stamp. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and color in the grassy area and just leave some of the blue showing on the flowers. And I'll do this kind of quickly so that you just have an idea of what I'm doing here. Now I'm not going to color in this flower or these other little flowers up on top here. We're going to just keep those neutral for right now while I'm coloring in the stamp. And we'll go ahead and do all the leaves. And this stays wet for quite a while, so you don't really have to rush, but just for practices of the video, I'm going kind of quickly here. And then we do what they call the huff puff, so that once this is all on here, we're going to go ahead and kind of blow on it with our breath to re-moisten it. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply the Night of Navy to just the flowers. And you can see it goes pretty quickly. You can apply as much or as little as you like. I like to make it pretty dark, so. And then I'm going to go ahead and blow on the stamp. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp it on. So now you've got your image on here with multi-tones, which is really pretty with the multicolors. So this is what's going to get attached to our Pear Pizzazz paper, just like this. Okay. Then the only other thing that we have to do on the front of the card at this point is to apply our ribbon. And I've chosen to do it this way. I just think this is a really pretty way to put the ribbon on. I like to use sticky strip on here because I think it just holds the ribbon a lot better than if you use like a snail glue or something of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and just apply a strip of that on our Baja Breeze cardstock. We'll go ahead and cut this off here. And then, of course, this red piece comes off to reveal the other side of the sticky tape. And I always pull it up from the center. I think it comes off a little bit easier that way. And then I've got about 11.5 inches long of very vanilla ribbon. And we're just going to go ahead and, first of all, we're going to wrap a little piece behind here. And I'll go ahead and use a little Tombow to do that, just to keep it in place. And then the rest of the ribbon, we're actually just going to kind of just feed it down across